Welcome to 7 Pot Club. I'm Rob.
I grow hot peppers.
As you can see, the pepper plants have left the building. I'm taking a quick break before I tackle the enormous task that will consume the next several days of my life. Planting 200 pepper plants, 40 in the ground and the rest in pots. In this episode, we'll count those pots so we know how many plants we can accommodate. Spoiler alert, although this is 7 Pot Club, we have more than 7 pots. Then we'll visit our neighborhood plant sale to find homes for our extra plants. We'll talk about plant markers, and I'll show you my method for potting pepper plants. Let's get started.
First, the exciting world of plant pots. This episode is more prepping than planting, but there is planting, I promise, so stay tuned. So here are all the pots. We grow hot peppers in the front yard because that's where the sun is. We use colorful pots to make it as decorative as possible. My favorites are the ceramic pots. They're the coolest looking, but they're also expensive, heavy, and hard to store, so I reserve them for special placements around the main planting area. I have almost 100 of these plastic pots in 3 sizes and many different colors. I pick up a few more every year, and the colors offered change every year. They're attractive, affordable, and stackable, which makes storage much easier. Finally, we have the third tier plastic and terracotta pots. Some of these are good enough for the front yard, but most are only used for the farm team plants I grow on the driveway in the back where there's not as much sun. They're my backup in case any of the front yard plants get damaged or sickly and need to be replaced. There's Freddie. Always wants a head rub, which I'm happy to provide. Last Saturday, our neighbor at the end of the block held her annual plant sale. It's a great way to score some cool plants and chat with friends. Kat designed some fun labels for our extra plants, and we brought them to the sale. We sold everything we brought. We'll definitely do this again next year. Later that day, I prepared the main bed the same way I did the smaller bed in last week's video. On Friday, I'll finally fill these beds with pepper plants. Now, let's talk plant markers. My handwriting is illegible adjacent, so I'd rather print labels using my computer. Several years back, I discovered the Paw Paw Everlast label company, and they make these cool stainless steel markers and sell waterproof label stock in sizes to match. I don't plant all the same varieties every year, but there is a lot of overlap. So yesterday I determined which labels could be reused and inserted the markers in those plants. Now I'll need to remove the old labels from the rest of the markers so I can attach new ones. This takes forever. Thankfully, Kat was willing to help me peel the rest of them later while we watched TV. Then she soaked them in Dawn detergent to remove the dirt and adhesive. Now they're as good as new. I created an updated design for the new labels. You need to print these using a laser printer. You can't use inkjet because the ink will run when it gets wet. What do you think? Time for the plants to say goodbye to the basement. It's finally warm enough for them to be outside. With 13 trays, I'm definitely going to get in my steps today. Finally, the last tray. Alexa, turn off grow. Time to turn off the grow lights for the season. And no matter what the weather report says, I put them in the garage every night. These trays don't have holes, and the plants could easily get swamped by an unexpected thunderstorm. I guess I better plant something, right? So let me show you how I plant peppers in pots. I use 2 wheelbarrows because I happen to have 2. One contains potting mix from last year's pots, and the other I'll put fresh mix. I've still got a partial bag from the indoor planting, so I'll start with that. I use the same moisture control mix to germinate, grow the seedlings, and plant in outdoor pots. I always add a little extra perlite to ensure good drainage. Then mix it up real good. This step may be controversial to some. I fill 1/3 to 1/2 of the pot with potting mix I saved from last year's pots. Some people say you shouldn't reuse it, but if you didn't have any kind of disease or infestation, I don't see why not. Potting mix is expensive, and you have to find something to do with any you don't reuse. I've dumped some of mine along the side of the house, and it solved our basement water problems. Anyway, I filled the top part of the pot with virgin mix and create a depression to insert the plant. Before I do, I add about a tablespoon each of Epsom salt and blood meal. Buy blood meal where you get your gardening supplies, but get your Epsom salt from the drugstore. If you don't use it all, you can soak your feet in it. The blood meal gives the plants a little nitrogen boost, and Epsom salt supplies magnesium. Then, remove your plant from its pot by turning it over and squeezing. I loosen up the roots a little, and then put it in the hole and tamp down the mix all around it. Add additional mix as necessary to bury it just a little deeper than it was in the seedling pot. Earlier, I mixed up a batch of this transplanting solution, and I'll pour some around the roots to promote new growth and reduce transplant shock. I tried it several years back on someone's recommendation, and I'm glad I did. I don't know why it works, but it really helps plants get established. 24 hours later, looking good, no sign of shock. One down, about 160 to go. Let's see how many these old bones can pot by next week. Going to put 40 in the ground on Friday, and you'll see that, and a lot more, in next week's action-packed episode.
Thanks for watching. Time to edit this episode so I can begin planting and potting all these plants. Follow my daily progress on Twitter and Instagram. Please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell next to the subscribe button to turn on notifications. We're going to upload a new video every week throughout the growing season, and you won't want to miss an episode. For 7 Pot Club, I'm Rob.